What's up, everyone? Welcome to P4P TV. This is Michael, and it's been a while, but I'm back. Saturday the 6th of May, south of the border, down Mexico way. Saul Canelo Alvarez will be hosting fellow super middleweight and world ranked number 3 John Ryder. The Brit Ryder earned his title shot after retiring Zach Parker, to the surprise of many, in a 4th round of their bout to earn the WBO interim bout and a shot at the undisputed 4-division champ Canelo, who will have his homecoming fight in his native Mexico for the first time since his bout with Kermit Clinton way back in 2011, a fight that Canelo won by TKO in the 5th round. Alvarez versus Ryder goes down at the Estadio Akron, Jalisco, so keep an eye out for this one. Saul Canelo Alvarez is a fighter spoiled for choice in what he does next after the John Ryder fight, provided of course that he actually wins. And that is not exactly a foregone conclusion. Canelo has received some flack for taking on what many have described as a tune-up fight against Ryder. What should not be forgotten when making such criticisms is that Ryder is Canelo's mandatory, and if Canelo wants to hold on to his undisputed standing, the mandatory has to be honoured. Further, the term tune-up fight denotes a fight that a fighter takes to keep busy in preparation for bigger and better opponents. But Ryder is anything but just a keep busy fight. He has proven himself to be a tough stalwart of the game. Many believed he would beat rising star Zach Parker despite being the underdog. He did just that. He also has an arguable win over Daniel Jacobs. He lost to both Rocky Fielding and Callum Smith, but many believe he was robbed in those fights. Ryder also made a good account of himself against Billy Joe Saunders. Ryder is anything but a pushover, and I think the pound-for-pound girls will agree with that. Canelo will certainly have his hands full. Canelo does have the right base style for a come-forward pressure fighter like Ryder, and the two will no doubt bang it out many times throughout the entirety of the fight. Canelo's countering, bodywork, and overall shot selection will keep Ryder honest enough, but if there's one thing you can depend on from Ryder is that he won't stop coming to find you. Should Canelo get past Ryder, like many are picking that he will, Canelo has openly spoken of his desire to face Dimitri Bivol once more, and not at 168 pounds, but at light heavyweight, where he was soundly beaten by Bivol the first time. Then there's the constant antagonism from David Benavidez. Canelo has stated in the past that he doesn't want to face a fellow Mexican, but many wish he would face Benavidez, if only to shut him up. Jermell Charlo is another name associated with Canelo. Charlo, in a recent interview with ESPN's Brian Custer, said he would take that fight without hesitation. 58 wins, 39 by KO or TKO, 2 losses and 2 draws. Canelo has a lengthy and impressive resume, and come the 6th of May, he'll be looking to add one more to the winners column. Afterwards, we'll see what the future holds. John the Gorilla Ryder is not exactly fighting for bananas in his upcoming shot at glory against Canelo Alvarez. In fact, he's about to have the fight of his lifetime, and perhaps more significantly, the biggest paycheck of his career as a prize fighter. It's not just the fact that this will be Canelo's homecoming fight and his first in Mexico for over a decade. It's not just that the fight will be held in a football stadium with a more than 50,000 person capacity and no doubt filled to the rafters on fight night, not to mention the massive audience watching on TV screens around the world. It's also the fact that the fight itself, as most of Canelo's recent fights, will take place on the Cinco de Mayo weekend, when Mexican patriotism and sense of national pride is at its most acute. I doubt that John Ryder realized just how much of a jackpot he was about to hit when he and Zach Parker inked a contract to face each other for the, at the time, vacant interim WBO belt. I can only imagine how hard he must have pinched himself after defeating Parker and moving on to face arguably boxing's biggest golden goose. The hard-hitting Brit in 13 years as a professional boxer is yet to hold aloft a major title after coming close against Callum Smith in 2019. It's been a hard slog for Ryder, who will once again fight in front of a hostile crowd. In that fight against Smith, Ryder recounted the experience of walking to the ring and seeing Smith fans make throat-slashing gestures as he approached the apron. I mean, actually getting punched in the face is worse, but point being, fighting in hostile territory is no problem for Ryder. The incentive is worth it. Speaking of incentives, despite taking a massive pay cut, Canelo will have a few incentives to win also. national pride being chief among them, so Ryder knows he's up against it. In his 13 years as a pro, Ryder has amassed a record of 32 wins with 18 by KO, 5 losses with 1 by KO and no draws. Ryder is slightly older than Alvarez and has the height and reach advantage. He has plenty of experience and has faced all styles, so he's certainly going to be as ready as he'll ever be facing a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Add to this the fact that it will be Canelo's first fight back since hand surgery. We don't know how Canelo's hand will hold up during the fight. Dare I say, could Ryder get another win via an opponent's injury? We'll find out. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to take a stroll down a Sinaloa High Street sporting a press vest, as I hear that's a good way to make some friends, but I'm going with Canelo Alvarez to win. Ryder will provide some tough resistance and force the action in parts, but it's nothing Canelo hasn't seen before. I think Canelo wins by unanimous decision. Remember to jab that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. If you're looking for some new threads, we've got t-shirts, hoodies, and much more, so head on over to our Michael Akobi Pound for Pound TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshop. Join me on my travels and head on over to my other YouTube channel titled Barefoot and Free. There you can follow me as I traverse the many parts of our planet and occasionally get into a spot of bother. Nonetheless, it's always fun and entertaining. If you're struggling with some of life's obstacles and challenges, my book How to Get Out of Life Traps might just be the answer that you're looking for to help guide you through the difficult times. It's helped many get past some of their darkest moments, and it might do the same for you. You can purchase it on Amazon, where you can also find a wide range of my other works. Those works include screenplay to book adaptations, a fairly unique concept, with genres covering comedy, heist and revenge, drama, supernatural and crime, if that's more your cup of tea. You can find them by following the link provided. Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one.